Hello, this is Miss Pang here. Today we'll be learning a new chapter from your textbook, Chapter 1, Direct and Inverse Proportion. First, let us look at direct proportion. Before you start the video, let's check, do you have this worksheet 1.1 with you? This worksheet will be serving as a note for you. So when you go through the video, please write and fill in all the empty blanks. If you need to write any side notes, you also can write it down in this worksheet. And this worksheet will serve as a note for you and as a reference for you to do your revision later. Let's continue. What is direct proportion? Let's look at the table. We have number of books and we have total cost. Number of books is directly affected by the total cost, which means for one book costing you $5, two books will be costing you $10. So what does 3 books costing you? $15. What does 4 books costing you? $20. Good, very good. So we can see that in here, in terms of the rising of the book, the more book, the more cost is costing you. So this is called direct proportion. So in this case, we are able to plot this information in terms of graph. And we have learned how to plot the graph in your Sec 1 syllabus. So to plot this 1, 5, x as 1, y as 5, we need to join the line, do a cross. Likewise, 2, 10. So look at 2, look at 10. Draw the line, join it, cross. 3, 5, 3, 15, and 4, 20. For a direct proportion graph, the straight line will be passing through 0. We call it origin. Okay? In terms of relationship for a direct proportion, how do we determine the sets of data? Are they in direct proportion or not? We will use y divided by x and check, is y divided by x or the constant number? So in this case, you will see when I take the y, let's say 5 divided by 1, you get 5. 10 divided by 2, 5. 15 divided by 3, 5. And 20 divided by 4 also will get 5. So in this case, we can confirm that this table of data is in direct proportion. How to remember what is a direct proportion? Yes, we will know if for any set of values, if the y values divided by the x value, you get a k. K is a constant. So in this case, the k is a 5. So when all the y divided by x, k is equal to a constant value, we will determine that this is a direct proportion case. Another way to determine it, we use the equation y is equal to kx. This equation is derived from y divided by x equal to k. Another way to tell whether a set of data is in direct proportion or not is through plotting the graph and see whether the straight line graph passing the origin. If it's passing, this is a direct proportion. So far so good. Let's move on. Let's look at this set of data. First, how to determine this set of data is a direct proportion or not? We need to find the k. So if we find it out, we will notice that when we take all the y values divided by the x, we get 1.2. So this case, y over x is 1.2. And if we want to write it in a more linear form, y is equal to 1.2x. By plotting the graph, you also will realize that the straight line graph is from the origin. So this is a direct proportion. Okay, now we need to determine whether these two cases is direct proportion case or not. Let's look at A. Y is equal to x plus 20. Is this a direct proportion? Does the straight line pass through the origin? No. the straight line doesn't pass through the origin. So this is not a direct proportion because the line does not pass through the origin. Let's look at B. Is this a direct proportion? Yes, it is, because the straight line is passing through the origin. And by looking at the equation, you also realize y equal to 3x, which means 3 here is the constant k. Yeah, this is the direct proportion. Determine whether x and y is in direct proportion. So look at this case. How to determine whether a table of data is in direct proportion or not? We need to find, is y over x is equal to k. So let's determine. 21 divided by 3, you will get 7. 42 divided by 6, 7. Yes, likewise, all these will give you 7. So this is a direct proportion case because y equal to x is equal to 7. Try B now. Okay, you can pause the video and try question B to see whether is it in the direct proportion, and we will continue later. Okay, in this case, B is not a direct proportion because y over x is not a constant. Okay, let me clear away the ink. Next, let's go to the formal stuff. Look at question 1. If y is directly proportional to x, and if y is equal to 6 when x is equal to 2, find an equation connecting x and y. How does the equation of a direct proportion look like? So in this case, let's look at the information first. Y is directly proportional to x, and they given us y equal to 6, x equal to 2. These are all the information given by the question. You can highlight it, you can underline it, but make sure you read through the information. So direct proportion. We know the equation for direct proportion is y over x equal to k. So from here, we would ask ourselves, do we have the value of y? Yes, the value of y is 6. Do we have the value of x? Yes, it is 2. So are we able to solve for x? Yes. So just substitute all the value, then you know your k is equal to 3. But have we solved the question? Not yet, because the question is asking for equation. So we need to write it down in terms of equation. Y over x is equal to 3. We also can write it in another form. Y is equal to 3x. Let's look at B. The value of y when x is equal to 10. Now we ask ourselves, do we have the value of y? No, because we need to solve for y. Do we have the value of x? Yes, so make use of the equation that we just found out and substitute the value of x, and ta-da, we got the value for y. C, the value of x when y equal to 9. Same thing, ask ourselves, do we have the value of x? No, this is a question. Do we have the value for y? Yes. So substitute it in and solve for the x. So far so good. Can we move on? If we cannot move on, you can pause the video, or you want to rewind the video and try to relook it again. If not, you can move on from now. Question 2. If y is directly proportional to x, and if y is 5 when x is 2, find the value of y when x is equal to 7. This question is not as straightforward as the question just now, because just now the question has part ABC. It's guiding you to find step by step, but the idea is the same. When the question tells you direct proportion, you prepare the equation y over x is equal to k. Then from here, you'll be asking yourself, what is the value that you need to solve? Yes, k we need to solve. Substitute the value given. y equal to 5, x equal to 2, and find the k. So in this case is 2.5. Rewrite the equation every time. So y over x is equal to 2.5, and Miss Pang actually prefer to write the equation in the form of linear like this. So continue. Find the value of y when x equal to 7. So we need to solve for y when x is given 7. Substitute the value inside, and ta-da! We solve the question. Okay? Again, if you do not understand, please, you can go back or you can move on if you are ready for the next question. Question 3. Given that y is directly proportional to x, copy and complete the table below. Now, we are given a table with some missing values. How to continue? Ask ourselves, if the question gives us direct proportion, what do we need to prepare? Yes, the equation. Okay, beside preparing the equation, we can name all the unknown as well. So I name it A, B, C, D. Okay, and I know for direct proportion, y over x is always equal to a constant. But how to find that constant? What information can we make use to find the constant? Yes, if you notice, only this pair is given. So we can make use of 15 divided by 5. Then we know that the constant is 3, which means for other set of data, all the constant will be equal to 3 as well. Then we can continue from here to solve for A. Y over x. So A over 4. Then you continue to solve. B is the same as A. So I hope you can pause the video now and you tried it by your own first. After you have finished, then you can continue the video and check the answer by yourself. Okay, I'll continue from now. Okay, B over 7 because y over x. Then you know how you solve for B. Okay, for this case, it is not c over 24 because it's always y over x. So in this case, you get 24 divided by c. Then how to continue from here? We have learned in our Set 1 syllabus, from here, c is below. So we times c to it. So you can cancel off the c. If we times c here, we need to times another value of c over the other side. So we have 24 is equal to 3c. Then how to get c? Divide the whole thing by 3. And here, divide the whole thing by 3. So your c is equal to 24 divided by 3. c is equal to 8. Okay? Let me clear away the ink. If you want to see this ink, you can pause the video now and you can copy down if you want. Okay, so a more straightforward way, okay, you just write c is equal to 24 divided by 3 and it's equal to 8. Okay, I hope you can pause the video now and try to solve D on your own. Okay, I'll continue now. So D in this case will be equal to 11.5. I hope you have solved all the questions by yourself now. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, number 4 will be your homework for now. You will try to solve this number 4 and you bring the worksheet to school, or we will continue later to go through what's the answer. So try to do it on your own. If you do not know, you can discuss with your friend, refer to your textbook, or you can ask the teacher when it's in class. Okay, have a nice day.